Welcome to qnawire.
So they ask us, what is a binary power cycle and what is its purpose? So a binary cycle is basically a combination of two cycles. So it's kind of like the gas steam, but in the gas steam we had the steam wasn't really a cycle, or the gas wasn't really a cycle. We were just bringing air in, throwing it through a combustion chamber, throwing it through or bringing air in, going it through a compressor, then a combustion chamber, then a turbine, and then just exiting it out. We weren't cycling it back. I suppose we could, but that's usually not what's done. I'm not sure. Well, basically, in essence, we're basically using the atmosphere as the condenser. Basically, the whole atmosphere as the condenser. So you basically, um, the air that's coming out of the turbine, we just dump it into the atmosphere, and then we pull in new stuff that's cool, that's doesn't have the heat in it. So anyway, so it's basically a combination. So we have a high temperature cycle and then a low temperature cycle, and then so we have two different working fluids. Um, so and the idea is basically the condenser of one is the boiler of the other. So basically, you're dumping heat from the high temperature cycle into the low temperature cycle. Um, so yeah, one cycle operates at a much higher temperature than the other, and it's basically used to increase the thermal efficiency. Because if you look at the whole thing, you have heat transfer coming in at a very high temperature, and heat transfer going out at a relatively low temperature, as opposed to here where we had heat transfer in this side. And so remember, just general thermal efficiencies of a Carnot cycle, an ideal Carnot cycle, the efficiency depends on this ratio. So if you want, you can try to make this ratio as small as possible, or TL over TH as small as possible. That is generally going to help with your efficiency. And so that's why we do this, these two cycles, high temperature, low temperature. So we get basically a bigger difference in the temperature of the heat exchange.